Hey guys, I've decided to make a video on one of my favorite subjects, and that's learning a foreign language. I'm learning Spanish right now through Duolingo. I'm at an A2. The goal is to have like a B2, C1, something like that, so I could, fluently express my thoughts and be able to understand what is being said in this language, right? So right now, like I said, I'm doing it through Duolingo. If you have been doing Duolingo, you know that most of the time they give you stuff like my grandma likes going to the gym, this house is big, this cat is lazy, and it just keeps repeating the same things over and over, and that it gets you bored and that it gets you stuck. So what I decided to do is I would skip through the levels, right? And then that would refresh, that would give me new words to practice on, and that makes it much more interesting, right? So I'm gonna make this video of me going through it. You're gonna see the screen on your screen, so you could kind of be a part of it, right? And it's just gonna be some good life hacks for you to boost your language skills, right? And get the most out of it. So let's go. Alrighty, so I'm at level 37. That's an A2 level, like I said. So here we go. Is this recording? Yeah, it's recording. Okay. So all I do is I click on the first one and just go through the test for it to boost me to the next level.
Muchos recuerdos bonitos con mi hermana de niño.
So what I try to do is I try to, before I look at the screen, I try to understand what I can, right? And try to repeat it so I could get the most practice, right? Instead of just looking at the words, which makes it much easier. Because in real life conversations, you don't have the opportunity to, see the words on a screen, right? Nobody writes it on a big, board and shows it to you. You need to be able to grasp it by hearing, right? Which is a very good thing to practice. Oh boy. Ёбаный в рот. Сука, блядь. All right, here we go again. For some reason, if I block the screen, it automatically stops recording the screen, right? Okay, so let's hear that again.
Yo tengo muchos recuerdos bonitos con mi hermana de niño.
Fuck. That happens too. All right, let's go again.
Yo tengo muchos recuerdos bonitos con mi
Ёбаный в
hermana de
рот, блядь.
niño.
All right, let's try again. I wish I could fucking do this offline, right? But it's not gonna. I wonder if there's a way to do it. I haven't discovered that, haven't tried that, so I'm sometimes getting distracted by messages, right?
Yo tengo muchos recuerdos bonitos con mi hermana de niño.
Okay, yo tengo muchos recuerdos bonitos con mi hermana something. Okay, I have many good memories with my sister, and then I don't remember the rest of it, right? So I try to repeat it once. I try to translate it once of whatever I was able to memorize, and then that gives me that extra practice, instead of just looking at the words on the screen, which is super easy, and that that doesn't boost you very much. and that doesn't exercise the memory. Okay, so yo tengo muchos recuerdos bonitos con mi hermana de niño. Okay, con mi hermana de niño. That's my sister as a child, I think. What does recuerdo mean? Memory, of course, right? Okay, we got that.
¡Qué recuerdos tan bonitos!
¿Qué recuerdos tan bonitos? What good memories? Or what memories so good? Something like that? Okay, ¿qué recuerdos tan bonitos? All right, what beautiful memories. All right. Let's see if it's recording. Yep, recording. Cool. All right.
Tengo muchos recuerdos de mi escuela.
Tengo muchos recuerdos de mi escuela. I have a lot of good memories of my school. Tengo muchos recuerdos de mi escuela. And then a good pointer is to check with the words on the screen, right? Just so you get them right with the pronunciation and the grammar wise with little details like tengo muchos instead of saying muchas. Sometimes you would hear it as muchas, but it's actually muchos. And just keep in mind the little details, and the devil's in the details. Tengo muchos recuerdos de mi escuela. All right, come on. Tengo muchos recuerdos de mi escuela. All right.
Mi primo es el hijo del hermano de mi papá.
Mi primo. Oh shit. All right.
Mi primo es el hijo del hermano de mi papá.
Mi primo es el hijo de mi hermana. Oh, no. This one's tough.
Mi primo es el hijo del hermano de mi papá.
Mi primo es el hijo de mi hermano de papá. Dang, hold on. Mi primo. Es el hijo. Okay. Is the son of brother of my dad. Mi primo es el hijo del hermano de mi papá. Okay. So that's fucking confusing, but I understood that del hermano de mi papá is the brother of my dad. Where does the hijo come from? I don't understand, but it's probably uncle. Let's see. Fuck. All right. Mi primo. Okay, so there you go. Cousin, right? Got it? And what I do is I have the notepad right next to the Duolingo thing, so I get out of it, and you can see this whole list of the things I write down, things I need to learn, right? So I could come back to it anytime. El primo. Primo is cousin. Right? Because if I don't write it down, there's a very small chance of me remembering it, right, and coming back to it. The way for it to stay in your memory, actually stay in your memory, is to keep going back to it, to recite it, repeat it, and to record yourself, right? That's what I do. I record myself, and I'll show you the process of the recording so you could get the most out of your studying. Okay, so let's go. Let's go back to the thing. So mi primo es el hijo del hermano de mi papá. Okay.
Sí, Gabriela vive conmigo en mi casa. Ella es mi compañera de cuarto.
Fuck. I hated when the sentences, so long, or like two sentences, is much makes it much more difficult for you to memorize it and understand it. So that's going to take a few more takes.
Sí, Gabriela vive conmigo en mi casa. Ella es mi compañera de cuarto.
Yes, Gabriela vive conmigo en mi casa. Lives with me in the house. Sí, Gabriela vive conmigo en mi casa.
Sí, Gabriela vive conmigo en mi casa. Ella es mi compañera de cuarto.
Ella es mi compañero de cuarto. She is my companion or like flatmate, roommate, de mi cuarto. Roommate. Compañera de cuarto. Roommate, of course. All right.
Yo no dije nada.
Yo no dije nada. I don't dije nada. I don't something nothing. Yo no dije nada. Dije, that might be, dice is say, right? So dije is probably in the, like a past tense version of dice. Let's check.
Dije.
Okay, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Yo no dije nada. Okay, so let's check. All right, cool. So, right, like I said, for this to better stay in the memory, I'm gonna go ahead and write it down. Yo no dije nada. Yo no dije nada. I didn't say anything. Okay. And another good reason to write this down in sentences is because words work very interesting and they change their meaning based on the way they're used in the sentence, right? So it's going to be much easier for you to remember full sentences and just, pull them out whenever you need it rather than just remembering just words by themselves and not being able to use them the right way when you need to, right? Okay, so I didn't say anything. Yo no dije nada. 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 Practice makes perfect, right? There's no magic pill. You just got to recite it over and over and over again and then come back to it. And then it's going to stick in your memory. Promise. And you know that yourself, right? Okay, so let's go. So the goal of this thing is to get to the end of it, right? Um, to the end of the level, so you could jump ahead to the next one.
Yo no dije nada en la clase ayer.
Yo no dije nada en la clase ayer. I didn't say anything in the class, in yesterday's class. Yo no dije nada en la clase ayer. In class yesterday. I didn't say anything in class yesterday. Yo no dije nada en la clase ayer. All right, let's keep going.
No, yo no traje tus libros.
No, yo no traje tus libros. That's funny for myself as a Russian American speaker or Russian English, right? The word traje. That makes me giggle. Okay. Yo no traje tus libros. Traje. Traer. No. Probably traer, like to bring. I didn't. So I'm just guessing it's no, I didn't bring your books. No, I didn't. Okay, so from the words here in the list available, could probably say that it's bring, right? So I guessed right. Let's see. I didn't bring your books. All right. So sometimes, you make those connections with new words or words that you've known before, and then try to make an educated guess. Right? Okay, let's go.
Yo traje los boletos esta mañana.
Yo traje los boletos esta mañana. I brought los boletos, the tickets, esta mañana, this morning.
Yo traje los boletos esta mañana.
Yo traje los boletos esta mañana. Yo traje los boletos esta mañana.
Yo traje
Los.
los boletos esta mañana.
All right. Brought the tickets this morning. Yo traje los boletos esta mañana.
El año pasado yo tuve un bebé.
El año pasado. All right, hold on.
El año pasado yo tuve un bebé.
El año pasado yo tuve un bebé. Yo tuve un bebé. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to look at it. Last year, I tuve un bebé. I something a baby. Okay, I don't know what tuve is.
Tuve.
I had? Wow, okay. That's something I need to write down. All right, last year I had a baby. Yo tuve. Okay, yo tuve. Yo tuve. I had. And I'm lazy to write down the whole sentence, right? But the best way to do it is to write the whole full sentence, of course. Okay. Excuse me. So, el año pasado yo tuve un bebé. Last year I had a baby.
Yo tuve una compañera de cuarto muy simpática.
Yo tuve un compañero de cuarta muy simpática. I had a very, say, nice roommate, something like that.
Yo tuve una compañera de cuarto muy simpática.
Yo tuve una compañero de cuarto muy simpática.
Yo tuve una compañera de cuarto muy simpática.
And then check if you got it right.
Yo tuve una compañera de cuarto muy simpática.
All right. I'm about to piss myself, so I'm
Ella
gonna
fue a Europa hace 5 años.
make a pause. So the coffee's getting to me. Alrighty, I'm back, and voila, right? On to the next level. Well, of course not. I finished it because I thought this is going to be too long of a video, right? With the pauses to the comments and everything like that. So, here's the screen once more, and that's going to make much more sense if I show it. So, I want to jump to this next level, right? So I got that little bit, and I'm not going to go over the whole circle thing and then listen to the story and the audio, and that's going to take too long. That's going to be a little too boring. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump to the next one. Jump here, jump there, right? Start test, let's go. Right, so that's the goal of it, is to just jump, and then that's going to be much more exciting because you get new words to learn, new tenses, the present, past tense, and so on. And it's going to give you much more interaction in the process itself, rather than just doing the same phrases over and over, like this cat is lazy and my grandma likes going to the gym, whatever, right? So let's go for it, right? Receive, recibir.
Recibir.
Yo tuve buenas notas en esa clase.
Yo tuve buenas notas en esta clase. I had good grades in this school. Yo tuve buenas notas en esta clase. En esa clase. Yo tuve buenas notas en esa clase. I had good grades in that class. ¿Tú tener la clase de inglés? Did you have? Let's try that. Oh shit. ¿Tú tuviste? What does tuviste mean? I hate the fact that it gives you the answer in Spanish, but it doesn't explain. You can't, check what it means. Tú tuviste. So in that case, you can always, just open up the translation thing, translator, Google, whatever, right? And oh my gosh. All right. Fuck. Ёбаный в рот, блядь. Tú tuviste. Okay, fuck it. Tú tuviste. Tú tuviste, you had.
¡Qué aventura!
Qué aventura. What an adventure, right? See, that's what I mean is when it gives you something really easy over and over, like que aventura. It's like by the time you're A2, you can't not know this kind of stuff just because, especially if you're an English speaker and it's really easy to guess the meaning of the word itself, right? Que aventura. It's something that you would find in this thing itself when you're just starting out, right? Okay. Conocí a mi esposa hace 2 años. Fue un momento importante. Let's see if I got that right. All right, I met my wife 2 years ago. It was an important moment. Conocí a mi esposa hace 2 años. Fue un momento importante.
¿Cuántas compañeras de cuarto tienes?
¿Cuántos compañeros? Fuck.
¿Cuántas compañeras de cuarto tienes?
¿Cuántos compañeros de cuartos tienes? How many roommates did you have? How do you have? Uh, Llevo is ring, right? No. El No, okay. That wasn't the correct meaning, but right, whatever. Yo tengo muchos recuerdos bonitos Yo tengo muchos recuerdos bonitos del pueblo de mi abuelito.
Pueblo.
All right, I have a lot of nice memories of my grandpa's town. Yo tengo muchos recuerdos bonitos del pueblo de mi abuelito. Yo tengo muchos recuerdos. Suka. Yo tengo muchos recuerdos bonitos del pueblo de mi abuelito. and my memory ain't the sharpest right now. I didn't even have a meal. Didn't have a meal for about 24 hours, something like that, right? But no excuses. Let's keep going. I have good memories of my cousin Ana. Yo tengo bonitos recuerdos de mi primo Ana. Tengo
buenos recuerdos de mi prima Ana.
All right. I have good memories of my cousin Ana. Tengo buenos recuerdos de mi prima Ana. Tengo buenos recuerdos de mi primo Ana. Tengo buenos recuerdos de mi prima Ana. Tengo buenos recuerdos de mi prima Ana. All right. In that case, you at least have a chance of it staying in your memory, right? When you're not just repeating it once or just skimming through it.
Pedro recibió un diploma de la escuela.
Pedro recibió un diploma de la escuela. Recibió un diploma de escuela.
Pedro recibió un diploma de la escuela.
De la escuela. All right, Zavish. Jose had a bad day yesterday. Jose hace un día mal ayer.
José.
Okay, Jose tuvo.
Tuvo.
Okay, so now I'm going to have to figure out in the process itself how to use hace, how to use tuvo, and stuff like that, right? Because apparently both of them mean had. Jose tuvo un día mal ayer. Let's see. Jose tuvo un mal día. Okay, Jose had a bad day yesterday. Okay, all right.
Te dije eso hace un mes.
Te dije hace un mes.
Te dije eso hace un mes.
Te dije eso.
Te dije eso hace un mes.
You had this had. Oh my gosh, it makes no fucking sense. All right. I told you that a month ago. Ooh, okay. Te dije eso. Te dije eso. I told you. Te dije eso. That. I brought the stories to camp. Yo dije o tuje. I forgot that one. I brought. Traer is to bring. Trujo. Traje. Oh, okay, let's try that. Let's say traje. Yo traje las historias a campamento.
Traje los campamento. Campamento.
Ёбаный в рот.
Momentos. Al campamento.
Traje los cuentos. Oh my gosh. So cuentos apparently means the stories, not just like the count. Okay. Los cuentos, the stories.
¿Cuántos compañeros de clase recuerdas, Pedro? ¿Cuántos compañeros de clase recuerdas, Pedro?
¿Cuántos? Fuck, I hate it when it's being said so fast. But you know, the more you do it, the more you get used to it. And obviously, in normal speech, whenever you would hear it, it'd be very similar or the same, fast paced, right? So let's hear that again.
¿Cuántos compañeros de clase recuerdas, Pedro?
¿Cuántos compañeros de la clase? Mierda.
¿Cuántos compañeros de clase recuerdas, Pedro?
¿Cuántos compañeros de clase recuerdas, Pedro? And then I'll just fucking do it the slow way.
¿Cuántos compañeros de clase recuerdas, Pedro?
¿Cuántos compañeros de clase? Suchi Galblet. I'll just do it part by part. ¿Cuántos?
¿Cuántos compañeros de clase recuerdas, Pedro?
¿Recuerdas?
¿Cuántos compañeros de clase recuerdas, Pedro?
Okay, ¿cuántos compañeros de clase Suka recuerdas? ¿Cuántos compañeros de clase recuerdas, Pedro? How many roommates do you remember, Pedro? Classmates, okay. So compañeros is classmates. Compañeros de cuarta is roommates. Something like that. ¿Cuántos compañeros de clase de Yobanurod? ¿Cuántos compañeros de clase recuerdas, Pedro? ¿Cuántos compañeros de clase recuerdas, Pedro? Did you remember to bring the prizes? Uy. Tu recuerdo de traer las prisas? I don't fucking know. All right. You're gonna have to cheat on this one. All right. Did you remember to bring the prizes? Sometimes you gotta cheat. It's okay. Did you remember to bring the prizes? ¿Te acordaste de traer los premios? ¿Te acordaste de traer? ¿Te acordaste de traer los premios? ¿Te acordaste de traer? ¿Te acordaste de traer? ¿Te acordaste de traer los premios? Suka, los premios. Premios. All right. ¿Usted se acordó de traer los premios. Los premios are the prizes. Almost there, got 2 hearts left. Why did she not say that? ¿Por qué ella no dije eso? No dije eso. Alright, since we got 2 hearts left and we gotta fucking finish the level, gotta cheat and check. Gotta check and cheat. That's also extra practice, right? Why did she not say that? ¿Por qué no dijo? ¿Por qué no dijo eso? ¿Por qué no dijo eso? Azúcar. ¿Por qué no dijo? ¿Por qué no dijo eso? Okay, where's she in there? I don't see see she, the word she, right? But I guess that's how Spanish works. ¿Por qué no dijo eso? How am I fucking supposed to know if she said it or he or I? Okay. I guess we'll figure it out. You know, one of my favorite phrases that I came across few weeks ago, probably maybe a month, is just going to rephrase it with my own words, is start messy, start rough, figure it out in the process. Right? So sometimes you just got to go with it, make mistakes, not know too much, but if you're fucking doing it little by little and making those brain connections, in the long run, you're going to be much better off than someone trying to get it perfect and, you know, always getting it right and doing the research and so on. So let's keep going. Why did she not say that? ¿Por qué no dijo eso? ¿Por qué no dijo eso? I liked the board games last night. Me gustó. Sometimes. Alright, let's make a guess. I'm not gonna fucking do this one. Last night is anoche, board games. I have no fucking clue. I liked the board games last night. Me gustaron los juegos de mesa anoche. Me gustaron los juegos de mesa. Me gustaron los juegos de mesa anoche. Me gustaron los juegos de mesa anoche. Me gustaron. Me gustaron los juegos de mesa anoche. Alright, me gustaron los juegos de mesa anoche. 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 Cool. Almost fucking there. Did you go to a lot of camps in June? Did you go to... Yeah. muchas de campamentos en junio. Man, I'm at this level, right, and I still don't know how to say, did you go? Makes me sad. And I know I have it in my notes somewhere, right? I know I have it in there. All right. Did you go? Was? Oh my gosh. Vas al gimnasio. Did you go to the gym, right? Vas al gimnasio. All right. Two. Vas a muchos campamentos en junio. Vas a muchos campamentos en junio. Vas a muchos campamentos en junio. Suka. Fuiste a muchos. Right, so see, that's when Google Translate doesn't fucking tell you the right thing, or this thing, I don't know what it is, but whatever. Whatever Google Translate told me to write down, I wrote it down. It didn't work. Okay, whatever. So the right way to say, did you go to a lot of camps in June, is fuiste a muchos campamentos en junio. Too tired right now to write it down. But guess what? I'm at level 38. If I was at level 36 just today, I'm already at level 38, and then the goal is to get to 60, because that's where the B1 comes in, right? That's my goal. Hoping to make that happen in a few months. Just maybe in a month, you know. And obviously that's not going to be a fair, gosh, the sun. Alrighty, screen recording, let's go. So as you can see, I got a long ass list. Mucho. Oh my gosh. Can't even say long by now. I'm just tired. I'll just say très longtemps for a very long time in French. It's kind of stupid in this case, but whatever. All right, so I have a big ass list. You can see that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record myself, right? Usually I do this with the help of voice memos, but since I'm recording myself in the video, I could probably use that as well. So what I do is when I look at this list right here, I try to test myself first, right? So I kind of, just use my two fingers, to cover up one side of the list. You could use a piece of paper, I don't know, a freaking mouse pad, whatever works for you, right? To make yourself use your memory, right? Because if you're just going to read it off the list each time, that's not going to give you the best practice, okay? So let's go. Los premios, the prizes. So the way I try to do this is I try to give myself like a little gap of, 3-4 seconds, so I can later listen to myself in the voice memo and give myself a chance to remember the word, right? To, kind of dig in there and then possibly pull it out before I, just say the answer itself. What I mean by that is, so I go with for example, los premios. Give myself a little pause, give myself a little chance to remember it when it's not fresh in the memory, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, los premios, prizes, all right? Los cuentos, the stories. Very strange because los cuentos is, for me, is like the check. Dame la cuenta, por favor, right? Apparently, the cuentos is also stories. Okay. Tú tuviste. You had. Estupendo. Wonderful. Campamento. Camp. That's easy, right? Suecia. Or Suecia. I'm going to make sure. Sweden. Hace 5 años. 5 years ago. Yo tuve. I had. And let's do one more. Yo no dije nada. I didn't say anything. So there you go. That's just like a little piece of the list. I try to go as far back to, when I started the list, and recording is usually like, up to 6, 8 minutes. But does that help me out with the learning the new words and phrases? Definitely, obviously, right? Because most people, why they give up learning or using, Duolingo or whatever kind of way they're using is because they don't fixate these words in their memory. And then, time passes and they're like, oh man, I can't remember anything. Well, no shit, right? There's no magic pill in it. It's always repetition and practice and refreshing the memory and refreshing the memory. And it's like playing an instrument. It's like learning any kind of skill. You don't grasp it, just right away, unless you're a genius, right? And it's like one of those people, one of those people in a few billion people that have super extraordinary memory skills when they can hear a word or a sentence or a number of some long digits and then memorize it by heart. Unless you're one of those people in 3 billion, then you're just like the rest of us, like myself, who has to go back to it and fixate it in the memory and then learn something new just so you wouldn't be bored. And then that's how you grow those, little pieces that eventually give you a puzzle, and then you could put this little piece of the puzzle with this piece, and then you got something. So there you go. And obviously, I don't only use Duolingo. I listen to podcasts in Spanish. I listen to audiobooks, listen to music. I try to practice my Spanish anytime I'm at the, maybe not at the store, at a party, or there's this guy, Antonio, at my new workplace. He's a guy from Guatemala. And I try to practice it, and I'm not, scared of fucking up because that's the way to learn it, So there you go. And the phrase, let's go back to the phrase. Okay, so I saw this thing right here, right? This Spartan-looking guy, and it's awesomely said. Pure gold right there, right? So I'm just gonna read it. Jump in first, figure it out later. Perfect doesn't exist, but progress does. Start messy, start rough, just start. There you go. Right? All right. I'm going to have the first meal of the day after 24 hours. Lord Jesus. I don't know why I do this. Just sometimes I don't feel like eating, and I read somewhere in an article that it's kind of good to fast for long periods of time because your body somehow regenerates your cells and it gets rid of the cancer cells, something like that. But anyway, I've been, having a meal a day or 2 meals a day, maximum tops. And that's good enough for me. Okay, whatever. All right, so let's keep going at it little by little, and we'll get there. We'll fucking get there. Right? And in the course of, a day, you don't see too much progress, but in the course of, say half a year or a year, you're like, holy shit, a year ago I was at like elementary, now I'm at A2 or B1, you know what I'm saying? So, and then anytime you're able to hear Spanish speakers and understand what they're saying, and then you're able to repeat it, and they're like, holy shit, this guy speaks freaking Spanish, like, tu español es bueno, and it's cool. That's freaking awesome. I just don't have the emocionados. Yo no estoy muy emocionado porque yo tengo hambre. Right? I'm gonna have a fucking meal. All right, let's go.